All right, let's go ahead and get started. Again, thank you everyone for joining us for today's presentation, Meet a Drastically Different Partner Program. Just a couple of quick housekeeping announcements before I pass it over to our channel chief, Chris Sturbins. But there is going to be a recording of this presentation. We always get asked if we're recording. We're going to place that on infrascale.com/webinars. You'll be able to find that there within about 24 hours. And then if you have questions throughout the presentation, make sure to just use that question tool and feel free to type them in throughout the presentation. We are going to come to the Q&A at the end. Also, there are some handouts available for you. So you have a handout section that you can go to and download those assets there. Finally, we'd like for you to join the conversation. So you can find us at Infrascale on Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. We'd love to talk to you more, not only during the presentation, but also after. And then last announcement, make sure to stick around until the end to learn how you can win a $250 Amazon gift card. So that's all for the housekeeping announcements. With that, I'm going to pass it over to Chris Sturbins, our channel chief. Take it away, Chris.
Thank you, Carla. Very excited to be here today. I think you guys will really enjoy the presentation. This is a partner program that's got some real meat to it. I'm sure I've met many of you. I've been in the channel for about 30 years and have a lot of experience putting together programs. And I think that as you take a look at what we're offering to our partners today, you'll be pretty excited about the benefits. Let's dive right in. So we're going to cover a little bit about the company. We've got a mix of current partners and folks that are just looking at Infrascale, so we'll spend a little time introducing you to the company and the offerings. We're going to talk a little bit about why most channel partner programs suck and why ours doesn't. Then we'll go into the meat of the actual program. We will give you some next steps, and then we'll take questions for as much time as we have left at the end of the hour. So any questions that you have as we go, please type those in, and Carla will be giving me those at the end. So again, a little bit about the company if you're not familiar with us. So what do we offer? We've got a suite of data protection offerings that go from traditional backup all the way through to disaster recovery. We've got some really innovative stuff around endpoints specifically focused on ransomware, and we're going to look at all of those in detail later. The reason this is important, obviously, is companies are more and more reliant on their IT infrastructure to function these days, and then your network goes down or a server crashes. Typically, business stops and revenue gets lost, if not worse. So we'll take a look at some of the reasons why this is so important. Companies received a number of really great awards. Most recently, we made it onto the Gartner Special Quadrant as a visionary, and we were recognized by them last year as a cool vendor. So that's always good stuff. We have a number of key partners, and there's a little bit of information about the company there as well. Why would you want to partner with Infrascale? First of all, our mission is to completely eradicate downtime and data loss for our partners and our customers. And they're similar but slightly different things, and we'll take a look at that in a second. The solution has a guarantee to it. This is an SLA that is basically unmatched in the industry. We guarantee that you have a server that goes down, we will bring that back up in 15 minutes or less. We have never missed this target, and it's a wonderful guarantee to offer to your customers as you propose business continuity solution to them. Our partners come in many stripes and shapes and colors. We've got IT service providers, we've got managed service providers, we have VARs that sell the solution in the mid-enterprise. They use our product in 3 different use cases. The mixed environment, and we'll take a look at what that's all about, but this is lots of different operating systems, multiple locations, different servers, etc. Traditional cloud backup and disaster recovery, which is what most of our managed service providers use us for. And then lately, and this has been a very fast-growing area of the business, something that's in the news every day is ransomware. So let's map this now to the different environments that we run into in the end-user environment. So endpoints, you got your laptops, you got your smartphones, you've got your tablets, all those different things. Frequently, you've got multiple locations in a company that are remote employees or branch offices that are away from headquarters. Then you've got your core data center with all of your main servers and whatnot, and then you've got your mission critical applications. So these are kind of the breakdown, and as you go up this pyramid, each one of these segments has more value or more business impact to the business. Typically, backup solutions that are deployed are focused around the mission critical apps, the key servers. Frequently, your remote branches, your branch offices, remote employees, and endpoints are exposed. And this is a pretty typical environment that we see in the SMB. We've got two different product offerings that are designed to protect each of these areas and basically ensure that you can do complete backup protection all through a single pane of glass for your customers, no matter what their environment looks like. Those two products, while they present in the same dashboard, are actually fairly different. The Infrascale Cloud Backup solution is a direct-to-cloud offering. It's really focused primarily around endpoints. This would be your laptops, your desktops, again, your phones, your tablets. It's really important that this stuff does get backed up and protected, especially in the era of ransomware. And the second category is more about a business continuity or uptime, where this is basically getting a complete image of your networks, your servers on the network. And if you lose a server, or if you lose your entire building, you have the ability to light up and fail over a single server or your entire environment on the appliance or in the cloud in the case of a total disaster like Hurricane Matthew, which is about to rock into Florida in the next 24 hours. So we're going to talk a little bit about pricing. Now, I've worked at a lot of companies and I've worked at a lot of vendors, and frequently pricing is something that companies don't do all that well. Convoluted Chinese menu, 37 SKUs, a challenge to build a quote. What exactly does this mean? What about the hidden fees? What about the add-on features? One of our goals is to present a pricing model which is as simple as possible, which makes it very easy for partners to understand not only what they would pay, but how much margin they would make, but also make it easy for them to propose the solution to their customers and have it easily understood. The other thing is to provide maximum flexibility. And what I mean by that is these offerings can be consumed and sold in a variety of different ways to map to different business models or desires of your customers. And to be even more specific, we have a traditional activation fee plus monthly service model, or you can buy the appliance outright and add service to it, or, and this is the one that's the most popular in the managed service provider world, a pure monthly model where there is no money up front and it's just a subscription. This is the MSRP pricing that would be presented to customers, or list pricing. Cloud backup is bought basically by the terabyte. This is pooled storage that you can then use to service as many end user customers as you want and view them all through that single dashboard. MSRP on this stuff is $143 per terabyte per month. And this also provides unlimited versioning and backups as many as you want. And it's just basically measured and charged based on the terabyte usage. Disaster recovery is a little bit different. Typically, there is an appliance that's placed on site that handles local backup, local failover, and then that data is off-sited to a data center somewhere. And we'll talk about those in a minute. The MSRP on that is $189 per month, plus a one-time activation fee of $14.29 per terabyte. Now, those numbers are kind of strange looking, but if you look at the standard partner discount of 30%, they make a little more sense. Standard partner pricing on the cloud storage, $100 per terabyte per month. On the disaster recovery side, it's $129 per month with a $9.99 per terabyte upfront fee. And again, you have the option to do the pure monthly and have no upfront fee with a slightly different price schedule. One of the other things I want to point out is this is a pure subscription model. You don't have to buy a box. We provide all the hardware to make the service work properly in the subscription fee. The subscription fee is based on the amount of protected data that you have. And one of the big challenges that we've experienced around the whole BDR appliance space over the years is how to properly size an appliance, got to make sure you buy enough box to have headroom for retention and growth. And this is a frequent point of friction between the partners and their customers, because the partners want to put in a big enough box to put 2 or 3 years growth and not have to worry about it. And then the end user customer tends to freak out at the cost of that box, and they want to get the cheapest, smallest possible thing they can get in there. We've completely removed the risk And the challenge around this from the program by basically providing the hardware. You would work with one of our SEs to do the sizing. We provide the appliance. If the customer ever outgrows the appliance, we will swap it out and put the next bigger box in. Does not change the pricing. No risk to the customer, no risk to the partner. Let's talk a little bit about the service, and we talked about flexibility and all those different environments where it fits in. First piece is it protects all devices, and so it's not just servers, it's not just the workstations, it's not just physical servers, it also works in virtual environments like VMware and Hyper-V, as we'll see, and it also covers mobile devices. And so again, we're talking about tablets and smartphones and that sort of thing. Most companies need to use multiple offerings to cover all these different things. We allow you to protect all the devices in the environment, and again, present that in a single dashboard. We talk about mixed environments, and we talked about virtual and physical servers and those sorts of things. That's a lot of different operating systems, and we play nicely with all of these. So you've got your Windows, you've got your Unix, you've got your Linux, you've got your Hyper-V, you've got VMware. We've also got very specialized granular recovery stuff for SQL and Exchange. And we cover all these things, as you can see. Also covers Android and iOS to pick up those smartphone devices. So, and not to be left behind the Mac. We even protect the Apple people. Now, we also mentioned cloud. Many of the BDR vendors that are out there basically give you one choice. You can offsite the stuff to our data center. We actually give you all the choices you could possibly have. You could do it to your own data center. You could do it to the partner's data center. You could send it to our data center. You could send it to Amazon or Azure or Google Cloud. We don't care. We can direct that data stream anywhere you need it. It's up to your customer's preference. And this really gives the partners maximum flexibility for their business model as well. For the partners that have stood up their own data center and they want to keep the data locally in theirs, they have that option. For partners that don't want to build a data center, they can send it to ours. For partners that are very Amazon or Azure centric, they can send the data there. We can handle, on the Amazon side, that could be Glacier or S3. Once again, we don't care. We can send it anywhere you like. We also have partners that do the stuff basically just on site, so you can do it locally on the appliance alone, or you can do either level. So lots of choices there. You decide what you want to do. We can support all those different permutations. Now, Infrascale, you may or may not be familiar with the company, but we've been around for quite a while, and we have a very large customer base of over 50,000 customers that we've protected. We have over 900 partners worldwide, and we're protecting over 1 million devices. We have several petabytes of data in our various data centers. I don't believe we've actually got a slide today that talks about our data centers, but we have 14 data centers around the globe. And so the data sovereignty issue in the US and Canada and all across Europe can be handled by offsetting that data to a local data center. The data never leaves your country's borders. This is the old Gartner Magic Quadrant, and you can see that Infrascale has been designated as a visionary with some really leading edge and awesome technology. And part of that is, again, in the packaging and the way that we provide all the service as a subscription model. Very innovative, very simple, and very powerful. Okay, now I'd like to shift gears and go away from the company and really focus on our channel partner program, why you should consider joining. And again, most of you, I'm sure, have worked with multiple vendors and have a broad range of experiences of good, bad to indifferent. We're going to basically focus on, here's the ways that most channel partner programs fail. So the far left one is a big one. Partners that are in a channel of a vendor that actually does direct business are exposed. Many of these companies provide they do both direct and channel sales, occasionally dip in and steal, usually just the best deals if they're going to do it. And I'm sure that many of you have experienced this where you've had a vendor that's decided that one of your customers ought to be one of their customers, and off they go. That's probably one of the single biggest violations that you could have in a channel partner program. Another one, a lot of vendors don't do any marketing or demand gen. They don't send you leads. They don't give you tools to generate leads. You're basically on your own. We've got a cool thing here. Go sell it. Good luck. And then the third one, which is quite common, again, way too complex. The structure doesn't map well to your business model. Great example, especially the managed services world, where every partner is treated like a VAR. Here, sell my box. They don't really pay any attention to the managed services business model. Monthly recurring is a phrase that has no meaning to these vendors, and they haven't tailored their programs, their products, their pricing model, or any of that stuff to the monthly recurring business model of an MSP. That's just one example, but it's a good one. Here's some lessons that I've learned over the years. The short honeymoon is the thanks for bringing me that deal, and then you never hear from that vendor again. I've definitely seen that one. We mentioned earlier again the non-existent marketing support. There's no tools, there's no partner portal, there's no collateral, there's no co-branding, there's no lead generation. The list goes on and on about the ways that a vendor could but doesn't help their partners sell stuff. And then the one size fits all. You can sign up as a partner and then everybody gets treated the same. So the CDW zones on the one end of the spectrum and the small individual IT consultant at the other, with VARs and MSPs in the middle, and they all have the same program with no benefits or values that are basically tailored for that kind of partner. So that's a frequent failure as well. Crappy technology, that speaks for itself. Sometimes if the product doesn't work too well, that could create its own problems. Weak sales support, there's no one in the field to come help you joint sell. Poor technical support, you're on hold to India for 4 hours. They only do support by text, they don't call back. There's a lot of examples of that. Another major area where even a very cool product can be a problem for you, and there's a bad vendor relationship because the support's no good. Obviously, what we have done is designed a program to address every one of those shortcomings directly, because we don't do any of that stuff. It's all goodness. We've designed a program that's very comprehensive, that touches every aspect of the business relationship, that's designed to guarantee that every partner that signs up with Infrascale is going to be successful, not only selling the solution, but making money at it. So let's start with that. So the DRaaStically different partner program. First one is, I'm sure all of you are aware, backup's been around forever, but this business failover, the virtualization of the cloud, is kind of a newer wave that's sweeping the industry. This is a huge market. It's growing very, very rapidly. Our programs are designed to allow you to take advantage of that and capture your opportunity in that space. The second one, real leads, real co-marketing. What we mean by this is we have dedicated resources, we have people, and we spend a lot of money to generate leads that we can feed to our partners. We also do the same thing with partners on joint events to generate local leads for them. Lunch and learns, webinars, postcard mailers, you name it. And we'll dig into that program in a little more detail. And then finally, an outstanding solution that lets you sell into just about any environment possible, from the small SMB office up to the sprawling multi-thousand employee, multi-location mixed environment. All of those can be covered, including the endpoints, with this solution. So the program itself is basically designed to help you take advantage of this large and growing pool. And let's show you exactly what we mean by how we're going to help you take advantage of that and grab your share. So first of all, the margins on the solution are very rich. I was just recently meeting with a partner in San Jose, California, who was selling a lot of Amazon. They've actually grown their Amazon business from zero to almost $300,000 a month in just 1 year. And I was impressed at their ability to do that and grow at that pace. I was even more, I wouldn't say impressed, I would say I was surprised to learn that they're only making 7 points of margin on that revenue stream. He was pretty excited to find out that he could sell our stuff and get 30 points of margin and actually have a broader offering. The middle one, this is a big, big deal for your MSPs. Reducing your cost of service delivery through reduced labor, managing the solution is a big deal, because every dollar you don't spend on billable hours is a dollar you keep as margin. We've done some studies on MSPs that have deployed our solution, and the average MSP has reduced their labor by 45% in terms of the time they spend managing backup and DR for their customers. And finally, by taking advantage of our marketing programs and our sales support, the average partner has increased their revenue by 25% in the first year just on the backup offering alone. The partner program, again, we're going to avoid the one-shoe-fits-all sizes sort of thing. We've got a 3-tiered program. It basically, as you get deeper in your engagement with the company, you get increasing benefits, and this is tied to your number of customers that you have managed under the solution. You sign up as an Infrascale partner, and the base program is registered. So you're a registered Infrascale partner. After you move up the food chain, you get to the preferred level and get some increasing benefits, and we're going to look at these in a moment. And then finally, if you're at the tippy top, you get to be an elite partner and get the most benefits of all. All Infrascale partners receive a great, robust suite of benefits just by signing up. Deal registration is available to all partners, and we're going to take a look at that. We've done some really innovative stuff around deal registration, and I think will get you excited. Sales and technical training is included, and it is free to all partners. Implementation support is actually a big deal, making sure that you've got a good experience when you deploy the solution, that you've rolled it out properly, it's working well for you, and the technician that's responsible for that deployment has a good experience. We've got a program we designed to guarantee that. We've got an outstanding NFR program, a huge amount of value here for our partners, and we'll take a look at that. We have the traditional partner portal, all kinds of good stuff in the Partner Resource Center. There's a ton of case studies, white papers, co-brandable collateral, videos, you name it, good stuff there. We have a knowledge base about the solution and a community forum where you can talk to other partners that have deployed the product. And finally, we have a pretty innovative customer referral program where we basically pay people to provide you with leads. So those benefits are available to all partners that sign up. This now shows you some of the additional benefits that you can gain as you move up through the chain. We have a dedicated partner success manager for our preferred and elite partners. We do quarterly business reviews. It's really planning for how we can help you grow your business and make more money every quarter. Leads that we generate, and we have got a very robust lead generation program here. We feed those leads out to our preferred and elite partners. We've got a partner advisory council, and we invite preferred and elite members to participate in that where it makes sense. These next two lines are actually probably the most interesting. We actually set aside money each quarter for our preferred and elite partners and structure a custom SPIF program for the sales team at those partners each quarter, and dedicate marketing funds. And as part of that quarterly planning process, we'll actually develop a marketing program for the quarter and throw money at it to help subsidize the cost. Finally, for the elites who are doing the highest volume of business with us, there is a volume incentive rebate program in place where they can get additional margin dollars. And finally, we again go through a quarterly market planning with each elite partner every quarter to make sure that they have got a robust marketing agenda for the quarter. Some great stuff here. A lot of benefits and a lot of opportunity to make more money as part of the program. Let's talk about the deal registration. Traditionally is in place in the channel to protect an opportunity so that you register the deal and other partners don't get in there and steal it from you. We've actually done some really innovative stuff here, and I want to share that with you. And you can actually, if you hit our website right now and go to the Partners tab, you can go see this form live, just in case you want to register a deal right now. If you wanted to register a deal with us, we actually offer a SPIF incentive for both the sales rep and the sales engineer on every opportunity, $100 per op to both the partner rep and the SE. It's not life-changing money, but it's material enough, I think, to keep your salespeople's attention. Go check that out. There's the link. You can do one right now if you like, and you can get your Amazon gift card. The NFR program, this is a traditional thing that you see in the technology channel. NFR, not for resale. Basically, in this case, this is an opportunity to protect your data and provide a business continuity solution for your own business for internal production. So protect your data, the ability to back up and fail over on-site and in the cloud. It's also used as a demo unit in many cases. And it covers both products. So this is an appliance on-site provided, 4 terabytes of capacity locally, 4 terabytes in the cloud, local failover in the cloud, plus an additional terabyte of the direct-to-cloud backup for your endpoint devices. This will pretty much cover the bulk of our partners and let them protect their businesses at a total price point to you of $59 per month. That's only like 6 Starbucks. Protect your entire business. It's pretty reasonable pricing if you think about the thousands of dollars of value we're providing between the appliance and the business protection we highly recommend that you take advantage of this offer. The partner onboarding program, excuse me, the partner onboarding program is what we consider to be our secret sauce. The partner onboarding program is a structured program that takes your business step by step through these phases with the goal of guaranteeing your success. And what we mean by success is we guarantee that the partner will be fully trained on the technical side with the product so they can sell and support it. Sales training so that their sales folks know how to properly sell and quote the product and identify opportunities. The marketing programs that allow you to do lead generation on your own and with us to identify opportunities. And then finally, when you make that first sale, we have a dedicated implementation team that's there to guarantee that you have a good experience and a successful deployment. And then finally, each partner has got a partner success manager who's going to learn about the business, help you take advantage of all of our programs, and guarantee your success. We're going to look at some of these pieces now in a little more detail. So from the time you sign up until the time you actually do your first deployment is a critical point in the relationship. Now, I know that many of you have had this experience. You discover some really cool new product or service. You sign up with that vendor. 6 months have gone by. You've never sold any of it. Probably forget at that point that you're actually even partnered with that vendor, and the relationship just dies. We have, again, designed this phased approach to guarantee that your team is completely briefed and educated and ready to roll this stuff out. And at the end of the process, you've got a completed, successful first deployment. Starts with the technical training. You work with our sales engineers to learn how to do the product. We can do this via GoToMeeting. We find that it's most successful when it's centered around an actual deployment. So we have an evaluation unit program for the ones that you want to place on site at a customer prospect. And we have the NFR units that we talked about earlier, where you can buy all that, get all that good stuff for just $59 a month and deploy it internally and get hands-on experience. Once that phase is complete, we then move on to sales training. And again, this can be delivered via GoToMeeting. Our favorite method is to dedicate one day, and one of our field reps will come out and visit your company. We'll spend the morning doing training, and they'll spend the afternoon going on joint sales calls. By the end of that day, your reps have heard the pitch delivered multiple times, and in many cases, we've identified your first opportunity. And then finally, the marketing programs, which again is an area where we are providing a huge amount of value for our partners. There's multiple programs, all designed to help you get quickly to your first win, and in most cases, very little effort and very little cost to you. So let's take a look at that. So again, we talked about the marketing support leading the business, the Partner Resource Center. I encourage you to take a look at this. There's a ton of great resources in there for you. The lead generation programs, we do a lot of this on our own to generate opportunities for the partners, and then we pass those out. And then we also do a lot of co-marketing events. And again, we talked about lunch and learns, webinar, back up and beer bash. There's all kinds of different creative programs that have been run. We have a dedicated partner marketing manager named Derek Wood who personally help you through this process and generate lots of opportunities. And then finally, MDF. Now, let's take a look at MDF in particular. I'm sure many of you have had the experience, especially with large companies, that have really convoluted, complex, painful to use, and then basically not used MDF programs. Yes, you accrue 2% of your sales volume, and as it adds up, you must spend that money when the wind blows from the northwest with a blue moon, and it must be completed between a Tuesday and a Thursday, typically after midnight. And if you don't meet those criteria, you can't have the money. That's not our philosophy. Our philosophy is to keep the program as simple as possible so that every partner has an opportunity to take advantage of that program and actually run some marketing events. Here's our process, and it could be a bit much for many people, but I think that we find that a simple one-page proposal is something that most people can handle. Basically, you just want to describe what you were going to try to achieve, lunch and learn, webinar, postcard campaign, whatnot. Detail out what the estimated cost is going to be, what you anticipate that producing. We get together every couple of weeks and take a look at all the proposals that come in, and we allocate budget to the ones that we like the best. We did 14 different programs in Q3. We've already got more than 20 scheduled for Q4, and I encourage you to take advantage of it. The way the program works is basically any idea that has merit up to $1,000, we'll do matching funds, and off we go. So definitely take advantage of the program. It's a little simpler than some of the others that are out there. Here's another innovative program that I think you'll find pretty interesting. Basically, we will pay people to provide you with leads. And the way the program works is someone submits a prospect. If it's not already a opportunity that we're engaged with, it'll be fed to a partner. And if the partner closes that deal, we'll pay whoever referred that opportunity to us a $500 Amazon gift card. Now, the thing about this program that's pretty interesting, because customer referral program is not a new idea, but the way we have designed the program is pretty innovative. You don't have to be an Infrascale customer to refer the prospect. This is a program that's designed for partners to market to their current customers, whether they're Infrascale customers or not. But you can also leverage this with other companies or people that you work with. Now, pretty much everybody has got an accounting firm that does their books and taxes. That's a referral potential. Your lawyer. What about your cabling guy? What about other consultants that you work with? What about other vendors that you work with? These are all potential lead sources. And anybody refers a prospect to you, we will pay them the $500 if you close the deal. It's a pretty sweet deal. Take advantage of it. So just to recap briefly, we're 100% channel focused. We will never take a deal from you. We will never sell direct to one of your customers. We've got a dedicated sales team structure that includes field reps that are out in the regions. We've got a team of partner success managers here at headquarters and a team of pre-sales engineers around the country to help you through your deals. We just touched on the tip of the iceberg. We have lots of partner marketing programs. Those are just a couple that we wanted to point out. We have the dedicated implementation success team to guarantee that you have a good deployment experience. And we have an outstanding 24/7 live customer care team ready to help you. Just want to spend a little bit of time on that implementation success team. Think of this as almost a white glove deployment experience. You sell your first deal and you've never deployed Infrascale before. We assign one of our engineers. They're going to work with your technician to go through all the pre-install planning process. You know, how much data are we protecting? Which machines are we going to be backing up? Are we going to be doing any failover? What's the retention schedule? Do we want to get that stuff off-site? Which cloud are we going to send those to? Do we have enough pipe to get that data off-site? What's the seeding process? There's a lot of little steps that can trip you up. We make sure that whoever's going to be doing the deployment is completely comfortable, and it's a comprehensive planning process to guarantee that when it's time to deploy, it goes smoothly. Now, on the day that the actual installation and deployment is happening, that engineer is on live standby so that you will never have a technician on site stuck waiting for an answer. And that is a tremendous value. We'll handhold your partner all the way through the complete installation, and then about a week to 2 weeks afterwards, we'll go back and do a post-install review with the partner to make sure the solution is working properly, that everything is functioning the way it was expected. We'll even do test restores and test failovers to guarantee that when a disaster hits, the thing is ready to rock. This process from soup to nuts guarantees that the partner has a good experience on that first deployment. This is a required program with everyone's first deployment, and then this program is available to you for every subsequent deployment if you would like to do it. So on your second through end deployments, you can always have this process in place and guarantee the great experience, but we require every partner to go through this on their first deployment. Okay, so you're probably wondering how you can get involved with this outstanding program. We've got some next steps for you to take here. So we're going to do a deep dive product demo next week, and so we recommend if you take a look at that, sign up for that webinar, and you can get a really good look at the product and get all of your questions answered and see the power of the solution. And then if you do these 3 steps and complete them all by the end of the month, we will send you a $250 Amazon gift card. Plus, if you register your first deal, you're going to get $100 each for the rep and the SE. So basically what we're saying is attend the demo, sign up, register a deal. We're going to give you $450 and probably your first customer on Infrascale. So at this point, we're going to talk about the poll.
Yeah, so with that in mind, everything that Chris has covered, let me launch a quick poll here. So as you can see, your next moves are first to sign up for the product deep dive demo, and that's on October 13th. So I'm launching a quick poll here so that you guys can go ahead and we'll essentially register you, we'll pre-register you now for that. So you should see it coming up on your screen here. Do you want to participate in the product deep dive demo? A, yes. B, maybe, need more info. Or C, no thanks, not right now. We'll give everyone a moment to answer there. And so far we have about 49% of you have voted. So we'll give everyone a moment to vote here and then we'll dive into the Q&A next.
Yeah, so any questions that you have about any aspect of the offering, the partner programs, type those in now, and we'll spend the next 15 minutes or so answering all the questions that you have.
Sounds good. So we have 70% of you who voted so far. What we'll do is we'll just start getting into the Q&A now, and then I'll close this poll down in just a minute here so that you can still see that final slide that Chris had up. So let's go ahead to the Q&A. And the first question comes from Yosef, and Yosef asks, what percentage of your business is actually partner sold?
So we're a very channel-centric company, as I mentioned earlier, and more than 95% of our deals are actually sold by partners. So very channel-centric. We have a very limited number of opportunities where we sell direct to a customer because they have got their own IT staff and they have no partner involvement. But basically, our business is driven and really very channel-centric.
All right, Gavin asks, what are the numbers required to meet each tier?
So the registered tier is sign the agreement, and I recommend you get an NFR unit. The premier tier, or sorry, preferred tier is $100,000 of annual revenue, and the elite tier is $500,000 of annual revenue.
All right, and then Robin, it looks like we were also typing an answer into you, but Robin asked, what is your average sales cycle? We did say depends on the size of your prospect. Robin, if you have more to ask on that, and Chris, if you want to add to the average sales cycle question.
Yeah, I could touch on a couple comments there. So because of the two different offerings, there's pretty different selling styles and deals. So on the pure cloud backup side, the direct cloud, pretty short sales cycle. Again, most of our partners buy the terabyte in a pooled storage, and they roll that out to as many customers as they can and or as they want. And that tends to be a pretty short sales cycle. And in many cases, we have managed service providers that just include that in their complete services to their customers. On the disaster recovery side, these tend to be a little more complex and larger environments, and those are typically running in the 30 to 90-day range, although we've had some really large multinational enterprise deals that took as much as 6 months. But we've also had examples where those have gotten dunked in less than 30 days.
Great. Robin also says, I stepped away for a moment, not sure if I missed the definition of your tiers of the program, but we just covered that one now, so we're good to go on that. Sumo is asking about existing partnerships, so I will reach out to you after this presentation so we can get back to you on specifics for existing partners. Will says, Derek is great to work with. We're kicking off a program today. Good news, Will. That's great to hear. We'll pass that feedback along to him as well. Let's see. The next question comes from Robin, and it's about ROI on those marketing campaigns. Robin says, what is your expected ROI on the marketing funds? I'm curious if your expectations will align with ours.
So it's an interesting question, and we actually spent a fair amount of time talking about that with the team just yesterday. We measure this all very closely, and the different kinds of programs tend to generate different sorts of results. But looking at what we did so far this year, the average ROI is a 15-to-1 payback. So we're big fans of spending that money with you because the returns are just phenomenal.
Gail asks, is this solution white labeled?
The solution, the cloud backup solution, is typically sold in a white label format where you've got a dashboard and manage that relation or manage that whole environment, and your end customer never sees it. The disaster recovery product can be sold white labeled or not. It depends on whether or not you as the partner give your customer access to the dashboard.
Wade asks, can I use the referral myself? Well, Wade, we're not. Oh, and then he has a second question. Okay, he has a second part to that question. I'm my own seller and referral provider for my customers. Does this mean if I add a client to my dashboard that that will count as a referral?
If you register a disaster recovery opportunity or a new cloud backup opportunity with us, you're eligible for the deal registration spiff. The referral program is basically designed to incent other people to give you leads, and then we'll pay those other people for giving you the leads, and you get the deals.
Okay, the next question says, can you please explain more the pricing models? I think that is something that we covered in the presentation. Is there a more specific question that we can ask on that?
Yeah, just to recap really quickly,
yep.
The standard partner discount is a 30% off MSRP. The cloud backup product is $100 per terabyte per month. And the disaster recovery product is $129 per terabyte per month with a $9.99 one-time activation fee per terabyte.
Great. Will's asking, I'd like a copy of the slides. No problem. We'll go ahead and share that with you after the presentation. I'm already a partner from Frederick. We're selling online backup to endpoints now. Will this new program be in addition to or replacement?
This will be an upgrade, basically, from the current partner program, and I'm happy to hear we've got some current partners on the webinar today. All these benefits are now available to you as well, and you should definitely take advantage of them.
Great. James says, do you do the same hand-holding for all regions of the world, perhaps the Caribbean? We also have another question right after that from Paul, and he's a partner in the UK. So we can address that. Yeah,
that same process is available to all partners worldwide. We've got customers in over 80 countries, and we go through that entire process for every new deployment.
All right. We have now partner in Canada. What happens to the existing partner? We don't have the NFR. So so you're an existing partner now. Okay, and I see that that's from Sumo. So yes, I'll definitely reach out to you after this presentation so we can follow up with those existing partners who want to get the upgrade, like Chris mentioned. Let's see. William says, can you please repeat the level requirements again?
Okay, so it's $100,000 annually to make it to the preferred level and $500,000 to make it to the elite level.
Brian then says, how can we find out who our partner manager is? Brian, we'll reach out to you after the presentation. I'll let you know who your account manager is and personally introduce you. Let's see, Frederick now says, how can we transition from cloud backup only to the other levels? I think we may have talked about this a little bit.
Well, I think it's, we have a lot of partners that are exclusively using our cloud backup product, and what you can do is engage with your partner success manager. We'll get you trained on the disaster recovery solution, and then we can work with you to start selling it.
Great, and it sounds like actually a couple of other current partners, and I'm seeing Jeff says I'm a partner already. I'd love to speak to someone regarding the upgrade, as you put it, so definitely we'll get you in touch, Jeff.
Excellent.
Another question here, what about an integration process for current partners who need to renew their services? So wonderful. Any of you current partners, we are definitely going to follow up with you, and your account manager will be able to do that for you. I'll introduce you guys to your account manager if you've forgotten. I know some of you have been partners for several years, not a problem. Let's see some more questions. We definitely want to upgrade, so please reach out to us. Okay, will do. We will definitely do that. Let's see here about some other questions. So the focus of this product announcement is really the disaster recovery aspect. That's a question from Frederick.
Well, actually, the product has been around for a while. This is more of an announcement of the new partner program. But as we just learned, a number of our partners are only familiar with the cloud backup offering and didn't know about the disaster recovery. So both products are available through the partner program, and we encourage you to take advantage of both.
Wonderful. Okay, next question comes from Ken, who says, I have a 100 terabyte opportunity. Can you help me win it?
Absolutely. We have field salespeople that will assist you with that as well, your partner sales manager and the SE. So our teams are basically designed to work with partners to help them win those large opportunities. And we like large opportunities.
Great. Next question here from Tristan says, do you give any onboarding or training for me and my customers? Maybe I missed that part.
Yes, we do. That is the implementation success team and that white glove process that we mentioned earlier. So every time we do a deployment, every partner's first deployment, we assign an engineer. They walk you through the entire planning process and discovery and getting ready for the day. And then on the day of the actual deployment, an engineer is on standby to help you. And then afterwards, we do the post-install review to make sure that it's working properly and everyone's happy.
Great. We have lots more questions streaming through here. I just want to take a quick second to remind everyone, if you'd like to participate in that poll. So far, we have about 80% of you have voted. So a few more of you, if you want to reach forward, you can vote a yes. I'd love to be part of that deep dive demo. Maybe please send me a little more info, or not right now, maybe later on. So we'll give that poll just another minute or two. And then next question says from Mark, are there any environments that you don't like?
So I'm assuming you're referring to like physical versus virtual and the different operating systems. One of the really powerful elements of the solution is that it does play well in all those environments, and many customers now have a mix of virtual and physical. So we support VMware and Hyper-V, Windows, Unix, Linux, as well as those edge devices like phones and laptops and tablets.
Awesome. Next question regarding margins. What sort of margins can I make as an Infrascale partner?
Great question. So the standard partner discount is a 30% discount off of MSRP. That said, you can think of that as a starting point. You can sell it at MSRP and take 30 points, but many of partners that use the cloud backup offering make a whole lot more margin on that because they don't necessarily tell the customer what MSRP is. They buy it by the terabyte, and then they include that in the managed services portfolio or sell it to them at whatever price point they can get. So our partners are typically making somewhere between 30 and 50 points on the cloud backup product and 30 on the disaster recovery.
All right, next question about our partner portal, our dashboard. Where is the partner portal available?
It's a tab in your dashboard. So if you don't have a dashboard, then you should call in and become a partner, and then you can get access to the dashboard and the partner portal. If you're already a partner and you have a dashboard, you can get to it right through the dashboard.
And then it looks like there's a second part to that question. Can I access that from my phone?
You can. It's not as user-friendly as a full laptop or desktop, but you can log in and see that stuff through your phone.
All right, looks like Dean asks, do you sell direct and compete with partners?
So we never compete with our partners. Partners register a deal. It's guaranteed 100% to go through that partner. And as we mentioned earlier, nearly 100% of our business is actually sold by partners, but we will never compete with a partner. Okay,
a question here again from Mark says, you guys are mentioning upgrading from cloud backup to DRaaS. What if I need both? I.e., I have 5 DRaaS clients and also some cloud backup clients for whom DRaaS is not practical.
Yeah, it's not actually so much an upgrade. It's almost like a different style, or protect your data versus protect your systems. Many customers use both. If you remember the data value pyramid that we showed, you actually need both products to cover all aspects of a business. So the appliance and disaster recovery, failover locally to the cloud for the servers, and the direct to cloud for the endpoint. So yeah, it's basically pick the right offering for the right environment, and it takes both to cover the whole deal.
Another question from Mark, but this time Mark W rather than Mark A, and he says, if I come along with multinational deals, can I protect in all regions?
You can, and that's one of the ways that you can take advantage of that, direct it to whatever cloud you need. You can even do this in some very interesting countries and just use the local Amazon presence, for example, or for the right opportunity, we would stand up another data center. We've opened a few up in the last year just specifically to do that, And like I mentioned earlier, we have 14 data centers in a number of different countries today. So we have a lot of multinational companies, actually, so it's a good solution for you.
Next question is from Jim. He says, I'm a small IT consultant. Is there any requirement as far as staffing to become a partner?
The only requirement is that you go through the technical marketing and sales training so that you're completely up to speed on the stuff. And we actually have a fair number of individual IT consultants that are partners of ours.
Right. Another question from Dean who says, did I hear you correctly? You will help me market and with lead gen in my geographic area?
You heard me right. And this is a value that we provide to our partners that many other vendors pay lip service to and do not execute on. And we're also willing to subsidize that with MDF funding. But our partner marketing program manager, Derek Wood, is personally involved in these, and he helps you structure the events and make sure they're well thought out. We provide content in many cases, and depending on the event, we might even get a body on site to help out if it's a local show or lunch and learn. So absolutely, we're here to help. We know that investment pays huge dividends for both us and our partners.
Next question is from Joseph, who asks, do you offer monthly payments?
We do, and in fact, that's one of the more powerful pieces of this program is that it's a subscription model, and it can map to, especially that monthly MRR type business model of our managed service provider customers. And again, you have a couple choices. You can go with a one-time activation fee plus monthly, or you can do pure monthly.
Question from Mark, is there a cost on that initial training you mentioned?
All of the training is included in the program and is at no charge to the partner.
Right, and then next question, what is your support like? Do you offer 24/7 support?
We do. We have 24/7 live support. We are in a couple locations globally, and you can access those guys anytime from anywhere.
All right, looks like we have about 5 minutes left here, so let's, and we'll just do one or two more questions here. So if anyone has any last minute questions, make sure to get them in now. I am going to go ahead and close this poll down as well. So last chance to participate on that. And we'll close that down so that you can see the screen again with your next moves. Again, one, sign up for that product deep dive demo. That's on October 13th. If you replied to that poll that you wanted to participate, we will sign you up for that and send you your calendar invite. 2, sign up to be a partner. 3, register your first deal. And if you complete all those steps by October 31st, you'll win a $250 Amazon gift card. All right, let's see if we have any last minute questions here for the last minute or two of the presentation. Let's see, this is all fantastic from Gavin. Great to hear, thanks Gavin. Let's see, does it also apply to your smaller partners such as a consulting shop with 2 terabytes of backup to start with? Absolutely, you can get started with 1 terabyte. Wade has a comment. He just said, the support is great. I've used it. Thanks, Wade. We'll definitely pass along that feedback to the support team. Let's see here. Michael asks, how does Infrascale address compliance, such as HIPAA? That is a great question, and actually I wish I would have mentioned it earlier. We sell into a lot of regulated environments, and we take it all very, very seriously, and compliance and certification is actually one of the areas where we have a very strong story and can help partners. HIPAA compliant, FINRA compliant, PCI compliant. Recently, we became CGIS compliant. We have a CGIS compliant data center for those of you that are selling into police departments and other law enforcement. They've got a requirement to put their data exclusively into CGIS compliant data centers. We now have that on the table. We recently went through a review and got approved by the Nevada Gaming Board because one of our partners sells to casinos. So if you've got a specific one that you would like to learn more about, contact your partner success manager and we will give you what you need. A second part to that coming from Robin asked if we're on any government contracts. Robin, yes, we are. And just speaking to the compliance, that relates as well. Gavin says, I guess, he's saying, what I mean is in regard to small consulting shops, not just can we start with you, but can we expect all of that fantastic marketing, lead gen, and in general help to build out that side of our business?
So yes, it's a merit-based per proposal decision process. You know, submit a proposal, and if we think it's a good one, we will definitely throw some MDF money at that. And Derek is available to consult with you on any sort of marketing activities you'd like to talk about.
Great. All right. Well, we are just coming up to the hour here, so I want to thank everyone for participating in those questions, for participating in those polls. Chris, it was a great presentation. I think it was very informative for everyone who joined. So we will be following up with those of you who requested it, so look forward to a call and an email from us. And thank you everyone for being here. We look forward to continuing to work with you in the future.